Mitchell, I don't know what it is with her shooting from three. She just has not been consistent. Hopefully she get it together, and at this point it's time to move on and get ready for Seattle. Now, with all of that being said, we know we had another green machine hit the court yesterday, and I'm here to tell you that definitely made headlines. Kelsey Mitchell spoke about it, and Sophie Cunningham. Let's roll some of the footage.
Thing has been thrown on the court, and I was just curious, are you guys able to quantify like the level of frustration that fans seemingly have?
The Indiana Fever's winning run came to an end as they fell to the Los Angeles Sparks in what proved to be a challenging matchup. The contest was expected to be competitive and go down to the final moments, which it did, but the Fever struggled significantly with their fast break defense throughout the game. Whenever the Sparks initiated quick transition plays, they consistently converted easy scoring opportunities. The Fever appeared unprepared and overwhelmed during these crucial defensive moments. There seems to be something particular about facing the Sparks that creates problems for Indiana's game plan.
We have for the disrespect that fans have for you guys, because clearly you don't see this in WNBA or NBA games, but you see this 3 times already within the last couple of games.
We don't know who those people are. We're a product. We like to think that we come to play the game and people want to see us play. I think it's just that simple, man. We can't control everybody's actions. To the person or people who think it's cool, hats off to you, and to the higher power.
Despite the loss, the Fever mounted a strong comeback effort in the final quarter. Ori McDonald delivered some clutch plays when needed most. However, Kelsey Mitchell's three-point shooting continues to be inconsistent, which has been an ongoing concern that needs addressing as the team prepares for their upcoming game against Seattle. During the game, another incident occurred involving objects being thrown onto the playing surface, which has unfortunately become a recurring problem. This marked the 3rd such occurrence in recent games, prompting questions about fan behavior and respect for the players.
That's all to you, and to the higher power, I hope they keep praying for you. But for us, we want to keep the main thing, and I think that's about the basketball for both teams. So to those fans who do disrespect us, I like to think that you guys, hope to apologize, sooner rather than later. But I think we got to keep the main thing right now.
Now, that was Kelsey Mitchell speaking about the whole situation. Now, Sophie Cunningham did take to her Instagram late last night to speak about it. She said, "No way that thing actually hit me. I knew I shouldn't have."
When asked about these disruptive incidents, Kelsey Mitchell provided a measured response. She emphasized that the team doesn't know the individuals responsible for these actions. Mitchell stressed that the players are the entertainment product that fans come to see, and they simply want to focus on playing basketball. She acknowledged that they cannot control everyone's behavior, but expressed hope that those responsible would reconsider their actions. Mitchell extended goodwill toward the disruptive fans, suggesting they might eventually apologize for their behavior, while emphasizing the importance of keeping basketball as the primary focus for both teams.
"No way that thing actually hit me. I knew I shouldn't have tweeted that." And she ultimately tweeted last week, "We need to quit throwing green machines at the game." That is these weird fans. But with all that being said, Stephanie White opened up about this loss, man. Overall, they tried in the 4th quarter. I just think at this point, Kelsey Plum got their number. She been had their number since she was at Las Vegas. And Kelsey Plum is the ultimate kryptonite for this new age Indiana Fever basketball team. Stephanie White spoke to reporters. This is what she had to say.
She maintained a diplomatic tone throughout her response, showing restraint despite the obvious frustration these incidents must cause. Sophie Cunningham also addressed the situation through her social media platform later that evening. She confirmed that the thrown object actually made contact with her, expressing regret about her previous social media post from the previous week where she had complained about these incidents involving objects being thrown during games. Head coach Stephanie White discussed the team's performance following the defeat. She noted that while the team showed effort in the 4th quarter, they struggled defensively throughout the game.
She had to say, "Let's roll the footage."
Behind on defense, and the Sparks took advantage of our defense, and they got whatever they want on the defensive end. So.
The speakers on.
I can turn it.
Yeah, can you turn it up just a little bit? I don't think we need the mic. You're good.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, this was a disappointing loss, and you only got 2 points from your bench, but you guys still found a way to
White specifically mentioned that Kelsey Plum from the opposing team has consistently performed well against the Fever, dating back to her time with Las Vegas. Plum appears to be particularly effective against this current iteration of the Indiana Fever roster. During the post-game press conference, White explained how the Sparks took advantage of Indiana's defensive weaknesses. The opposing team was able to execute their offensive game plan effectively, getting quality scoring opportunities on most possessions. Despite the disappointing result, White praised her team's resilience and fighting spirit.
But you guys still found ways to remain in the game. Just talk about what that says about the team and just kind of like the resiliency at play.
Yeah, I'm proud of our group. We are a resilient group. We have been all season long, and we found ways to put ourselves in position for success no matter what. And we didn't have it in all areas tonight, but we gave ourselves a chance down the stretch. And I think it says a lot about this group and just how convicted they are, how much they pull for each other.
She highlighted how the group has shown mental toughness throughout the season, always finding ways to put themselves in position to succeed regardless of circumstances. Even though they didn't perform well in all aspects of the game, they managed to cut the deficit to just 4 points with over a minute remaining, which White felt demonstrated the team's competitive character and mutual support. The coach acknowledged that they missed some opportunities during the game, but was proud that they remained competitive until the final moments. She emphasized how much the players support each other and their determination to keep fighting regardless of the situation. Regarding the bench production, which was limited to just 2 points in this game, White explained that Los Angeles presented significant challenges with their length and size.
This group and just how convicted they are, how much they pull for each other. We had some missed opportunities, but to be in the position to cut it to 4 with a little over a minute left, I feel like that says a lot about the fight that they have.
You can just yell. It's
Okay. And then this was for the players. Obviously, this is the third time that thing has been thrown on the court. And I was just curious, are you guys able to quantify like the level of frustration that, fans seem.
The Sparks did an excellent job of disrupting Indiana's primary offensive sets and actions. White felt the team generated good shooting opportunities, but sometimes shots simply don't fall. The bench players went 1 of 11 from the field, which was particularly disappointing. She explained that the bench typically gets involved through transition opportunities, but the team couldn't create those fast break chances because they weren't getting defensive stops consistently. When you're constantly taking the ball out of the net after opponent scores, it's difficult to run in transition.
Fans seemingly have for, the disrespect that fans have for you guys because, clearly you don't see this in NBA games, but you see this 3 times already within the last couple of weeks.
We don't know who those people are. We're the product. We like to think that we come to play the game and people want to see us play. I think it's just that simple, man. We can't control everybody's actions. To the person or people who think, it's cool. Hats off to you,
The coach wasn't overly concerned about the bench struggles, believing they still had adequate offensive production overall. However, she emphasized that the primary issue was defensive execution. The team needs significant improvement on that end of the floor to be successful. When discussing veteran leadership, White spoke about how important it has been to have experienced players step up repeatedly throughout the season. She specifically praised Kelsey Mitchell's 34-point performance and how she has carried the team offensively during crucial moments.
What we noticed and what we didn't see. And a lot of people, a lot of Fever fans are scratching their heads like me going, what was the point of signing Chloe Bibby if you were going to not play her? Is it just me, or did she not hit some really big shots in her first couple of games? She could knock down a 3. She's a stretch 4. We got a stretch 4. But we're not going to use it.
White described Mitchell as someone who can get into a rhythm and find her preferred scoring spots consistently. Beyond scoring, Mitchell's playmaking and facilitation were outstanding in this particular game. The coach emphasized how well the team locates Mitchell in good positions and how effectively she converts those opportunities. Regarding another veteran player, White highlighted the versatility and leadership provided. This player fills whatever role the team needs on any given night, whether that's scoring production, rebounding, defense, or simply providing communication and leadership.
And Fans are none too happy about that. We'll get to some reaction from it in just a second. But real quick, Sophie had 8 last night, 2 3-pointers. Kelsey Mitchell had 34 last night, 11 for 19, 7 of 12 from 3. Aaliyah Boston, 6 of 15, 15. Natasha Howard, 17. Ari McDonald, 15. Lexi Hull, scoreless. Yikes.
White noted that this type of contribution is difficult to quantify but extremely valuable.
Michaela Timpson, we're down to giving her 4 minutes? I don't get it. She's arguably, I'm not even sure it's arguably, she's the most athletic player on this team. And Dantas getting all these minutes over Timpson and Bibby, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. 0 of 1 from 3-point range. No points, no assist.
The entire roster, from bench players to core contributors and star players, has shown the ability to elevate their performance when needed most. Following the Indiana Fever's recent defeat to the Los Angeles Sparks, significant criticism has emerged from supporters regarding coaching decisions, particularly concerning player rotation and minutes distribution. The primary focus of fan frustration centers around the limited usage of recently signed player Chloe Bibby. During the contest, several observations were made about player utilization. Sophie Cunningham found herself in open positions multiple times throughout the game, but did not receive passing opportunities.
No rebounds, not involved. Because, of course, Stephanie White gets a weapon. And look, that's what it looks like Chloe Bibby is potentially a knockdown. You shoot her the ball on the outside, boom, she knocks it down. They lost by 9. Man, 3 3-pointers would have looked awfully good last night, would they not? I mean, am I going nuts? Yeah, 191.
However, the main source of fan discontent relates to Bibby's minimal playing time despite her apparent abilities. The incident involving an object being thrown at Cunningham during the game has also generated discussion, though the primary concern among supporters remains roster management decisions. Statistical performance from the game showed varied results across the roster. Cunningham contributed 8 points, including 2 successful 3-point attempts. Mitchell led scoring with 34 points on efficient 11 of 19 shooting, connecting on 7 of 12 attempts from beyond the arc.
And I wasn't the only one that noticed it. Mick, we signed Chloe Bibby just to take her out of the rotation, right? Sounds like the Fever. Oh, man. Stephanie White, she would hear it right here. Quote, we need some reliable outside shooting to spread the floor. Let's just leave that stretch 4 on the bench. Steph White. I mean, Jesus. Yes,
Boston recorded 15 points on 6 of 15 shooting, while Cloud added 17 points. McDonald contributed 15 points to the effort. Hull struggled offensively, failing to score any points during her time on court. Stunning concerns have been raised about reduced minutes for Timpson, who received only 4 minutes of playing time, despite being considered one of the team's most athletic players. Meanwhile, Dantas received significantly more court time, which has puzzled observers who question the allocation of minutes.
Coach Sides, White, what's the deal? Why would you leave Dee in when you have Chloe? I don't get it. I really don't. White loves control, reigns for everyone. And Timpson, it's almost as if there were women behind these decisions. Come on. When
Bibby's usage proved particularly controversial, playing just 2 minutes and 57 seconds while attempting 1 3-point shot without success. She recorded no points, assists, or rebounds during her brief appearance, though supporters argue this was due to lack of opportunity rather than inability. The team's 3-point shooting struggled throughout most of the contest, hovering around 30% until the final quarter. This poor perimeter performance, combined with a
Bibby is in, Ari doesn't pass when she's wide open. Instead, Ari drives through a crowded lane. We see a lot of that on this team. We do. Wide open people on the outside, ready to shoot a 3. We'll drive it in on 3. Why not? And you guys wonder why I'm not just overly sold on everything we got going on right now. Steph is a weirdo for that.
Many supporters expressed confusion about signing Bibby only to remove her from regular rotation.
They were barely shooting above 30% from three until the end of the fourth, and it didn't occur to her that maybe Bibby could have been a spark from deep. It's strange. It's real strange. I don't get it. The most disappointing part of the game easily. Playing every other day on the road, team looked sluggish. Why is she not in? ?
The criticism extends beyond just Bibby's usage to broader questions about coaching philosophy and decision-making. Supporters have questioned various aspects of game management, including timeout usage, substitution timing, and player development approaches. Some fans have gone further, suggesting that the team's success occurs despite coaching decisions rather than because of them. This perspective argues that the talent level should produce better results with different tactical approaches. The frustration appears particularly acute given the team's high profile and media attention.